Hello and welcome to Friday with the Chakontas. I am Mr. Chakonta
And I'm Mrs. Chakonta.
and welcome to our lyric react or react lyric. Which one?
Lyrics react
Lyrics react.
or lyric reacts.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So yeah, we'll take a break on the FWTC react, and then we'll see how it will go. Let's see how this one goes first. So we'll look at a song. Okay, what are the rules?
None.
The rules are, I think I'm the one who don't know. The rules are we're going to look at a song in the past and then try to analyze it as best as we can and see how we can have a conversation based on that song.
We're probably gonna pick most of like the songs from like
Back in
the day when we were young.
When we were young, I think one of the things that we've been talking about is that there were some songs we used to enjoy, and we enjoyed them. How was that? Without subconsciously seeing what they actually say. And now when we see them and we're singing them, and like, oh, he
That's what
actually
it says.
So we want to analyze them and see maybe we can see different things of how we can analyze them. Disclaimer: we're not basically trying to say that there's these songs that
you should go and listen to this.
You should go listen to them, or you shouldn't listen to them, because I think this is personal preference. Do you agree on that, or you don't?
I think it's a bit more than personal preference. I think just because you prefer it doesn't mean it's correct.
That's true.
But I don't know. I do get what you're saying, like personal choice, but I think it's not just personal choice and say I want to. I think you have to really look into it and think about it. Like,
I think,
why are you listening to it, and what are the words saying?
Like discern, like we always say, like have discerning ears this time. Discerning eyes, but discerning ears whenever you're listening to something, and not just be consumers. So our song for today is what?
Mario, you should let me love you.
Let me love you. Yeah, this is a song that was released in 2004, right?
I can't remember, but 2004.
Yeah,
that sounds really like a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a big hit in 2004.
Oh wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, this was like that.
Are you sure, babe? That's like 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. This was a 20 years ago song. Yeah. So there was some, so we'll get to the lyrics. So go ahead.
It's hard to say the lyrics without singing it. Which verses are we? Because we're not going to do the whole song, so we're just going to do some of the verses and the chorus. So which verses would you like me to go through?
We'll just do one verse and then we'll see if
we'll see where we go. Okay, we'll start with the first one.
The first one, yeah.
It
says,
"Baby, I just don't get it. Do you enjoy being hurt? I know you smelt the perfume, the makeup on his shirt. You don't believe his stories. You know that they're all lies. Bad as you are, you stick around, and I just don't know why."
Why?
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, that's it. That's the first verse.
That's the first verse.
Yes.
But it goes onto a bridge.
Yes, it goes into a pre-chorus and then a chorus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. If I was your man, baby, you'd never worry about what I do. I'd be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman who deserves good things. Fistful of diamonds, a handful of rings. Baby, you are a star. I just want to show you are.
Okay. So what do you think of the first few verses in the bridge?
I think I need to ask you, because I think you had a really good point when we started talking about it, and we're like, no, let's finish. Let's talk about it in the podcast.
Okay, I think what this guy is doing right now is he's stealing someone's girl. That's what I was saying. And he's basically saying, I'll treat you better than
how you're being treated where you are.
So I think the conversation started and saying, when is it right to steal someone's girl, and when is it wrong?
And then my husband was like, anytime before as long as they're not married. I said, babe.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I was saying. Like, I think anytime if somebody has not committed to marriage, that is an opportunity when you can steal. I'm not saying steal in the sense of there has to be a level of what can I say?
Respect.
No, there has to be a level of respect I would say in different categories.
Okay.
If you're friends, I think that's a no.
What do you mean?
If me
Please
and
explain.
let's say for example, you were dating my friend, and then I'm basically on the side, I'm basically trying to pursue you. I think that's disloyal to our friendship. My friend, me and my friend. Let's say
So you mean-
you're dating some guy and I don't know him,
And
and
you-
then you know me, and then I'm trying to pursue you. I think that's, you're not married.
But I told you I'm dating.
But why should I respect that you're dating? In the sense of you have not made that commitment, and that's why I always say, like, look, commitments. That's the only way. That's why there's no opportunity. I think that's why the Bible is so clear in saying that that's the only place where we can see certain things happening. Because I think this is why sometimes like dating has now become a zone where we've got like a pre-contract, and the pre-contract of how we should treat each other, that we should respect this. I don't agree with that, because in the Bible it's always about do not defile your somebody else's wife, do not commit adultery. It's not basically don't go and take somebody else's boyfriend, or don't take somebody else's girlfriend, because there are no commitments there. And this is why there are blurry lines in the sense of, in the aspects of boyfriend and girlfriend, we want to now start making commitments because, yeah, I don't know. Why do we make commitments in boyfriend and girlfriend zone when this is not the place that we're supposed to make commitments?
I get what you're saying in one way. I do. If you look at it overall, like, and you just look at it kind of like from a bird's eye view, I see what you're saying, that the real time that, you know, these things that you can't really steal is when someone's married, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do feel like, I'm going to get back to your question, which you have to remind me because I've already forgotten. Sorry.
When is it right to steal somebody else's girl?
It's not right at any point when you know that that person's is in a commitment. Yes, there's no explicit what's the word? Like, it's not explicit in the Bible.
Yeah.
But what is also clear in the Bible is, you know, love others as yourself.
Yeah.
You know, what is it? Love others as yourself. There was something else I was going to say. You know, is it there in the Bible? Treat others how you would want, treat others the way you would want people to treat you.
Yeah.
So why, I don't know, is that in the Bible or that's something that we just say? It is.
That's true. Yeah.
So why is it that I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, you stealing someone's girl, you're hurting someone. And so why are you intentionally participating in an act that is going to hurt somebody?
Okay. I think that's food for thought. But I'm also saying that I think this is why I think I'm going on the other side of the emphasis of basically saying it's like the Beyonce track. If you like it, put a ring on it.
Yes, that is true.
So my question is, I want to put a ring on it. So why am I supposed to be waiting for the next guy who's wasting your time? I'm ready to put a ring on it. And then you are basically stuck in a meaningless relationship.
I guess I see what you're saying in the sense of, like, I think because we've created a whole world of dating.
Yeah.
We've created this whole sense of dating, and it has its own rules. And within this world of dating, there's a lot of emotional entanglements.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's, you know, people sometimes are physically bound. What's the word? They engage in physical stuff, like they're having sex, or they are, like, it's almost like, although they're dating, they're living a life like they're married.
Yeah.
So I think because they're blurry lines sometimes, and we've created this world of dating ourselves, it now becomes difficult, because sometimes if we're dating like we're acting like we're married, that's why maybe it is difficult. And that's why I am on the side of saying, no, what you're going to do is actually not fair. You're stealing someone's girl. But actually they haven't made that commitment, but they're behaving like they are in a commitment. If it was just simple as the way the examples that we have in the Bible, where you find a woman, you approach them or their family, and you say, I want to marry her, then I can see why that is okay.
Okay, but I can take you back here, baby, and trying to say, like, look, he's stealing the girl by trying to tell her things that she is suffering in a relationship. Should I now let her suffer when I say, I can do better for you?
No, that's
That's
what.
what
But
he's
I'm
saying.
agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
And
I'm
he's
telling you
stealing
that.
her because she's in a bad situation.
No, but I'm agreeing with you in a sense that because that's a bit different because if that she's engaging in what my point is sort of agreeing with you saying that because of how we now do dating these days,
Yeah.
we have so many emotional, physical, spiritual attachments to each other. Whereas back in the days in the Bible, it was I like her, I want her, can I have her?
Yeah.
And it was so simple.
Yeah.
So it was easy to it was simple and easy to steal someone's girl. Like if you didn't know and someone you can go and propose and say I want that woman.
Yeah.
And I don't think there will be you probably haven't even spoken to that woman. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now it's different.
I don't get your point.
Like, you know, like how Isaac went to find Isaac they went to find
Rebecca
a woman for for him.
Yeah.
The woman hadn't really met Isaac. They hadn't actually spoken.
Yeah.
So if somebody else from another village, another tribe had gone to find her, you know, there's no beef.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's hypothetically say this was Rebecca's situation. We're not trying to change scripture. We're just trying to read into this and trying to say, let's say Rebecca had some guy who was wasting her time, a Westman, and then some guy comes and then this guy comes with an aspect of, oh, I've got my master who wants to get married to you, and she's like, I'm ready to get married.
No, but I agree with you. I see where you're coming from in a sense of
then the Westman
someone
comes
is
and
saying
then
I want. Yeah, I agree with you.
yeah,
I see what you're saying that, you know, but then the thing is that is your opinion based on the world that we've been living in and how we've been together, because you've now put the caveat of saying, but if we're friends, then you shouldn't do that.
I agree. If we're friends.
You've made the rules yourself, but I agree with those rules that, you know, if we're friends, because there's that rule of saying if we're friends, then there's a rule of saying, oh, if they've dated in my circle, then there's a rule if you dated my best friend, you're out of the you know, these are the rules that we've created ourselves. Because if we're friends and he's not suitable for your friend, why can't you go? I'm not saying it's okay because I would find that very uncomfortable. But
I think that's okay. Yeah.
If because you're saying the rule is when unless that person is your friend. But if you're saying that your friend is not treating the girl right, based on your rule, you're not really based on what you're saying and what you're defending. You're not really doing anything wrong because they're not married.
I agree with that. But okay, I understand. Like, let's say, for example, like this can be very blurry. You can, I think you can steal someone else's girl, but you also need to know what the consequences are of stealing someone else's girl. It can't be that you'll be friends with that. It may fracture the friendship of that other person's friendship. But I think also I understand where you're coming from and saying there has to be a level of integrity and friendship and to say, look, regardless of if there are no commitments, I love you as a friend enough for you to basically say, sort out your issues and then step in without basically stealing. And I think a level of integrity. I think this is where the blurry lines come, especially because we're now trying to function and say, what is dating in, how we're supposed to now, dating it's a new phenomenon that has basically come over maybe in the last 100, 200 years or 300 years or something like that has come through. And now we're trying to now figure how do we put it into this space of how we should relate with one another. And I think this is the issue where I think now because of the dating scene, we see so many commitments, so many things, but then we're forgetting what the destination is, which is marriage. And if now I'm saying, look, if we're not getting married, I'm just like, it brings so many issues, so many complications, because I'm basically saying, look, I'm ready to get married. I'm seeing that girl. Okay, why? And it's like, even I'm now thinking and saying, I'm ready to get married. That woman is ready to get married. She's been complaining about her boyfriend. And I'm telling my friend, he's not ready to get married. And I'm just like, okay, but I'm ready to get married. And it's like, even like when you're trying to help them, and you know, like those stories, like you're trying to help them. And in the process of trying to help them, then you find out that you've got so much in common with that girl. what do you do with that?
Problems.
No, I'm saying, what do you do with that? And you think
Integrity and your conscience. I'm sure your conscience will tell you that this is a no-go area. I know what you're saying, babe, but I don't know how you sleep at night.
that's true.
Because I couldn't do that. I feel like I couldn't do that. I know that you're saying technically it's not wrong,
Yeah.
but we've got to have some sort of moral code or unspoken rule or love. And the thing is, I think for me, I'll take it back to love.
Mm-hmm.
So is your act, as much as your act is not sinful in the sense that, you know, there's no clear cut to say that this woman is committing adultery in that way and you're not making the woman commit adultery.
Yeah.
But you are hurting somebody. You are not showing, I'm back to my point, you're not showing love. You're not being kind. You're not being gracious towards somebody. You're not being, because you unless they've said, look, and I think this is where I think I would respect I think I'm taking it out of the friend zone, because I think if someone is your friend, and I think you just need to forget. I think you just need to pray by yourself about that one. If this is like a whole situation where the three of you are friends, I don't know. I just think that that's a dangerous zone. But things have happened where that's happened and people have been fine. But if it's a situation where the guy is like, oh, it's okay, you can have her, maybe that's okay. But where you're actually taking yourself in their relationship, and you're now saying, but I like you, but I think, I'm just like, no, what kind of character, what kind of person are you? Like, I feel like I know there are things that God has not told us to do or to do explicitly through the word, but there's a spirit in us that speaks to us.
So, okay.
And that there are things that we know are wrong even before we have done it, even before we have read the word of God. Even people who are not Christians or people who've never read the Bible, there is this innate nature. There's a spirit in us that when you're doing wrong, you just know. Even kids, when they've done something wrong, we've not told them what the word of God is. They just know they've done something wrong.
But the question is, wrong on the basis of what? On the basis of culture, on the basis of what the biblical principles are saying?
Well, I'm not on the basis of, I think you're hurting somebody. You're not showing love towards your neighbor. You're not showing kindness. That is not an act of kindness.
Okay, we're reading. Let's read the lyrics here. They're saying, look, you're getting hurt. I can smell the perfume. This guy is doing some next level shady stuff. You've seen?
No, he's saying he can smell the perfume on. I know you smelled the perfume makeup on his shirt. Oh, the guy is like maybe cheating on her and stuff.
Or let's hypothetically cheating, or let's say cheating. And he's doing things that are not acceptable.
In this context, okay, back to the lyrics. I guess maybe I didn't read them very well because we sort of went away.
Yeah.
Back to the lyrics. I think it's okay for you to express your interest.
Yeah.
And I think there's.
But you are telling me because I'm a friend to that other guy, I should respect the fact that my friendship with that guy, I should not basically go and take.
I think you should go and talk to your friend, the guy, and say, look, I think.
But my friend is basically saying that he does. Let me give an example.
This is a dilemma.
Yeah, let me give an example. Like, you remember when The Best Man? Mm-hmm. You saw what happened in The Best Man 1.
I can't remember. You have to remind me.
Basically, Lance and the other guy, I've forgotten his name. Mm-hmm. Morris Chestnut. I forgot it. Morris, yeah.
I think it's Chestnut. But I don't know.
Yes. Morris Chestnut was cheating on Mia. Mm-hmm. And then through that, Lance now steps in and does something with Mia and then writes a book. Mm-hmm. And by Morris Chestnut
stupid. Why did you even have to write a book about it?
Yeah, Morris Chestnut and Lance were really good friends. They were best friends. But he justified it in his head and saying, because I introduced them and this girl was basically miserable and everything like that. And then Mia basically in her head, she was basically saying, I've been wrong so many times. I want him to feel bad. And the way I'm going to make him feel bad is do something with his friend.
Yeah, but that was bad.
That was bad.
That was revenge.
That was revenge. I agree.
And It was also bad. I mean, who
But
did they
then-
end up marrying in the end?
Yeah,
Because it ended up being a mess.
yeah, it ended up being a mess. But then the other question now comes on the other side of where we're saying that, let's say if Lance went and talked to the other guy
Yeah.
and told him what you're doing is wrong, but he doesn't see that.
If you're going to have the courage to steal someone else's girl, then I think you should be able to now go and talk to that guy if that guy is your friend.
Yeah.
If you're not friends, I think it's okay. And I think in this Mario's case, we are not sure. And so I don't know if the lyrics point it out that they know each other. So I think in this case, he's okay to approach a girl and say, look, you're not being treated right by this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in you.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's doing anything wrong in this case. I think that it becomes a bit more complicated when, let's say, for example, they're happy. But even then, if they're happy and you say, I like you,
Yeah.
I guess they're not sinning, but you're just creating confusion. But I do think that I do think that if that's your friend, which now goes back to your point at the beginning where you said if the friend is a no-go area, as in there should be some rules to it.
Yeah.
So going back, I kind of agree with you in that. But in this situation, if he doesn't know the guy, I suppose there's nothing wrong with him expressing his interests.
Okay. I agree. Now the other question is, when is it wrong to steal your friend's girl? That's an easy one.
Oh, you mean as in when? Because I was gonna say when they're engaged, it's also wrong.
No, I think when they're married.
When they're married, okay.
Yeah. I think
As in your friend, you just said your friend's girl.
No, okay, just someone else's
Someone
girl.
else's girl. That's
Someone
better. I
else's
think
girl,
friend is a bit more. I think that one we just need to say to no.
Yeah. So yes, stealing someone else's girl, it's yeah.
Yeah. So I think when they're married, it's a complete no.
Yeah.
Any other time, stealing someone else's girl. Yeah, I can't think of any other.
So why is it wrong to steal somebody else's girl when they're married? Because you know what, this is something that we see.
Yeah, what if they're not happy in their marriage?
Yeah, because somebody will be coming to, let's say, even a girl or a guy, and singing all these type of lyrics and basically telling them, let's say even he's actually doing something that is unfaithful. And now there's a challenge in the sense of, I'm feeling you're doing something unfaithful, I should also do something unfaithful. And this is the challenge that is coming, especially with, if we're reading through these lyrics, it's basically saying, look, he's doing you wrong. You've heard the stories. He's doing A, B, C, D. Why is it wrong for me not to entertain this?
No, but also in that situation, I think it's just better let the girl end the relationship and then move on. Okay,
I'll tell you why it's wrong. I think it's wrong on the basis of the relationship that you guys have established in the context of marriage is not only between you and that person, but also between you and God. And because it's between also you and God, whatever that person is doing to hurt you in this aspect of doing something that is hurtful towards you, but also hurtful in the sight of God, God will deal with that. But now you should not respond in the same way. If you can't take it, there are parameters that we see in scripture that tells you can divorce. But there are also parameters of what it means to remarry. We can debate on that, on the aspects of what we discussed in other episodes, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're saying that in this case, it becomes an issue of where somebody is saying somebody is vulnerable, and instead of actually saying, okay, let's speak into their situation, but they're now finding that the situation is an opportunity to now lure somebody who's weak and tempted and angry as an opportunity to steal them to themselves. And that's why I feel it's wrong, because I think there's a biblical context, but I think you can play on the other side and say, you can be playing devil's advocate and say, why can that also apply in the context of friendship or loving your neighbor or something like that? And I can agree with you on that. But the context is saying that the only side we see it is in the context of marriage. We need to put a special place for marriage. And that's why I'm saying all these other places, why I'm saying it's fair game, because I'm elevating marriage. And I'm saying marriage is the only place where I can see this. And scripture only talks about it from a context of marriage. I know you can talk and say, what about it's an aspect of loving your neighbor?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that lack of better words to say, I'm just saying, I don't really care about my neighbor, because in this situation, I'm saying it's not marriage. We have to protect marriage. And we have to basically take away the weak from the strong. You're not doing your job. Put a ring on it.
Yeah. Maybe we should do Beyonce's one next.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like that's the challenge. But I also understand where you're coming from and saying there has to be a level of integrity. And I also understand where, like, saying, like, look, you also have to understand, what if it was done to you? What's this? And I'm just like, those are the challenges where you have to also do whatever we're doing. It's not just on the sense of, I just want to do it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
There has to be a level of wisdom. There has to be a level of asking God and also praying about it. Because you're doing something and you're saying, God, I want to do something, but this thing I'm going to do is going to hurt somebody. How do I go on and do that? But I'm also seeing something wrong with that. I'm seeing an opportunity because they are not married.
It's fishy.
Is my heart in the right place?
I don't know. I don't feel like your heart is in the right place.
Yeah, but some people will say that.
It still makes me feel so at ease.
Yeah.
Like, I think if, let's say, you know, it's different if you're you're dating a guy.
Yeah.
You're in a shop and a guy approaches you.
Yeah.
Or basically when this guy does not know that you have a boyfriend. I feel like that's different.
Let me stop you. But it's an aspect, you have brought something of loving your neighbor. Your neighbor is not somebody who you are close with or who you're in good relationship with. Your neighbor is your fellow human being.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you did not know. So it's different if a guy who approached you is someone who does not know that you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
So if they approach you, even now, like even when you're married, you will have men and women who approach you and they don't know. But once they know, they need to back off. So it's the same thing when you're dating. You will have men and women who may be approached. And then you have to now tell them, no, sorry, I have a girlfriend. No, sorry, I have a boyfriend, or I'm in a relationship. And that should be the end of the conversation.
Yeah, but what if I told you, let's say you told me the same thing. I said, I don't care about your boyfriend.
Yeah, I'll just be like, if you can do this to me now, when we're married, I believe you'll be doing the same thing. I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't trust a man who does not respect.
Let me tell you, this is how I respond to you. I'm just like, look, no, I value marriage, and that's why I'm telling you, I don't care. I don't care, because I'm saying if this guy was your boyfriend, he'll be your husband, but he's not. He's giving me an opportunity to come and talk to you boldly. And I'm here boldly telling you, I do not care.
I know exactly what you're saying, but I think this is where maybe some women will agree and some will not. But I don't, like you said, I don't disagree with you. I just feel like it wouldn't sit well with me. If you had approached me when I had a boyfriend and then I told you I have a boyfriend and then you still tried to pursue me and then me and my boyfriend broke up and then you're saying, oh, I want to, you've been busy trying to, I just wouldn't trust you. I would struggle to trust you. But if, for example, we spoke and I think it also depends on how you approached me, right? And what conversation we had. Yeah. If I told you I have a boyfriend and for some reason you are intrigued and interested in me and you said, okay, I respect that you have a boyfriend, but I'm interested. I like you. I would have liked to get to know you better. If anything was to change between you and your boyfriend, here is my number. Or if we're in school together, you're just there lingering around waiting to see if me and my boyfriend break up and then you take your chance. That's how some people do it on the sly. But I feel like if you had done something like that to me, I would, as I'm saying, I don't think it's wrong. Yeah. Because you're not really, it's not wrong, but I think I would, I don't think I would trust you.
Yeah. So if I came to you and told you, you should let me love you, let me be the one to give you everything you want and need, baby, good love and protection, make me your selection, and show you the way love is supposed to be. Baby, you should let me love you.
I think I would really appreciate that, and I would go home and think about it. And then now you've at least told me how you feel about me. Maybe we were friends. At least you told me how you feel about me, and now the decision is mine. As long as you're not, chasing me, calling me up, texting me, all that stuff. I feel like now you're disrespecting me.
No, but I'm trying to tell you that, look, you're a believer. Let's say you're a believer, you're dating a guy who's not, and I'm a believer, and I'm telling you these words. Do you think as a believer it will be right for me to say that? Pursue you in that way?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There's no, I don't know. I don't, as I said, it is a complicated one in a sense of you're right, because I'm not married. So I'm still on the market basically.
Yeah.
You're only off the market when you say I do.
Yeah.
Before that, you're still on the market. So in that sense, you are right. But I do feel like there's an element where, if you're, someone might be in courtship, we've got to respect each other.
Yeah.
So I think the situations are also very different. It's different if you just meet me in a shop or you meet me once. It's different if we've been going to church together and you've liked me, and then you're like, you know what, I'm just going to tell her how I feel. At least I told her, and then she had a decision to make. I think that's okay. I actually don't think there's anything wrong with you expressing how you feel.
Yeah.
I don't. I think what I would have problems with maybe you continuously trying to express how you feel, like literally trying to steal me away, buy me roses. I don't know. I think I don't know.
Okay. So
how would you feel if I did that to you?
That what?
Let's just turn it around and let's just say I was pursuing you. I know that's not what we talk about, but let's just say, because it happens.
Yeah.
I saw you and I said, I really like you. I would like you to be pursuing me, but you're dating. You were dating.
I think I think I would basically think you're a fast girl. If you came and pursued me.
No. Let's ignore the element of pursuit.
Of pursuit. Okay.
Yeah. Or I showed interest. I just showed you like, I like you.
To be honest, it will be very hard for me because I'm basically saying like, look, I'm in a committed relationship, but this is not working out. And I'm saying, why am I still in this committed relationship? Is this committed relationship that I'm going in? I'm saying this is in the context of not being married. Let me be specific.
Yeah, you're not married.
Yeah, I'm not married. So in the aspects of it, in that situation, I'm saying, look, I'm in a committed relationship, but it's not working out and I'm not seeing anything. I'll basically have to say, look, for me to basically pursue you and anything else starting between you and me, I first need to finish whatever is happening there. Because I don't want to basically start something and not finish whatever is out there and then be confused. Because I also
but then you were confusing another girl.
And okay, but I think this is another thing where I think maybe I may be wrong on this statement, but I think it's easier for a woman's heart to be drawn and taken away by words or affection or certain things, and through that you're confusing her and not protecting her heart by you not making other commitments, and through that you're basically showing her, you're basically saying that I don't value you enough to basically first finish this relationship and then start something fresh with you. That's what I'm basically saying. On the man, basically, because the man is the pursuer. This is pursuit. He's hunting. That's the way it comes about. And that's a form of hunting. He's hunting to the sense of basically saying, oh, that guy's not doing you right. I'll do it. And that's his narrative of trying to pursue this girl. And I think on the other side, because maybe women don't pursue, it becomes an issue of whatever. But now there's another side of where we see, especially in marriage, which is very challenging. We see now women pursue other men especially when the wife is not doing these things. Let's say this is not the lyrics and saying that it's not about her cheating. Let's say she's not behaving well. She's not respecting her husband. She's not cooking well. She's rude to her husband. And the husband is now searching. His heart is in the air. And is now searching for that respect and love and everything. And that woman will basically come and say, I can give you that. And those are the temptations that come whenever these things are happening. And I think that's what I'm saying. Men and women, you need to be, especially women, if you're believers and you're seeing this situation, protect yourself. Value marriage enough to basically say, I know this guy is my brother. I can help him in a particular way, but me helping him can be very blurry and very dangerous. How can I do it in the most wise way? Maybe give somebody who's a brother to help him out or something like that. So you can portray, and you also need to protect your heart, because one of the things that I'm getting to understand is like sometimes women don't even know that their heart is leaking for something. It's longing for affection.
It's leaking.
And they are finding now affection in a place where it is compromised and it's not honoring towards God. And it's with a married man. And these are now becoming you're now going into a very a place where it's not honoring towards God. And because of that, you end up now compromising.
Yeah.
And not only compromising each other in the sight of God, but also your faith. You can compromise that. So these are the things that you also need to fully understand. And that's what we're saying. You can't steal somebody else's girl or guy when they are married. That's a no-no. And these are things we need to protect, because we're saying these are things that the covenant that a man and a woman have is not only bound by them, but also God. And I think, let's say if you don't respect them, that's well and good. But if you respect God, please don't touch those things. And I think that yeah. Do you want to add anything else?
No, I think you've summarized it quite well. In that sense. And I think we've touched on the points. I don't think it means we have to come to a full conclusion per se. I think these are just our points and our ideas. But we would like to hear what you guys think.
What do you think about this? When is it right to steal somebody else's girl or guy? But we're not encouraging this. I think sometimes when you like say these things, you feel like you're encouraging a
people to now go and start stealing. Tumelo said it's okay. You're not married. I can come and steal you.
No, we're not encouraging it. And I think this. Let's put it even a disclaimer. We're saying these things always have to have wisdom, especially for the singles out there. Please be wise. And we're saying marriage, we're putting marriage in a whole category and saying marriage, don't even steal, please. Don't get
that's
into
not an option.
That's not an option, please. And if you're engaged, we'll talk about that another time.
I think we can also put them on the no option.
No, okay, babe. We'll talk about that another time. We'll talk about that another time. Because that can be another conversation.
I know, it's true.
But marriage, please, don't do that.
The bottom line is you are available or you are single until you say I do.
Yeah, until you say I do. And that covenant, even though that commitment, also we're saying those commitments that you're making in your season of courtship, they're not binding. They're not recognizable. If God is not recognizable, why should somebody respect that? And I think that's where I'm coming from. So in the best way, if you want certain things to bind your relationship in the sight of God and other people, and then you can protect it, and then from there, anybody who's coming is a trespasser.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's enough.
Yeah, so thank you for listening to this new series that we'll be going through. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you got any song suggestions,
Yeah, that we can analyze and try to see. If you like the way we're trying to analyze it, just put it in the comments and help us navigate that. If there's anything that you want to add or anything that we missed, or if there's anything that you did not like, please put it in the comments.
yeah.
And maybe we can also bring some conversation of what we can do better. So until next time, thank you for listening. And we always say like, subscribe, and
Share.
so thank you and take care. And yeah, God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.